Okay, so in this video I want to talk about one of the most often overlooked but fairly common practice that is one of the quickest ways to erode group dynamics in a hiking situation, and that is the dreaded FU stop. So we of course all know what FU stands for, and we know what stop is. The FU stop occurs when you have a group of people who, for whatever reason, have different paces of walking. And so ultimately, as you're hiking, the group starts to spread out. Some of the faster people tend to gravitate towards the front and kind of peel off and go forward a little bit, while the slower hikers tend to fall behind. And eventually what will happen is the people up front who are leading the group and got a little ways away ahead will realize that they're starting to lose people in the group, and so they will go ahead and stop and wait for those people to catch up. And so those guys in the front get to spend a few seconds or a few minutes catching their breath, getting a drink of water, enjoying the scenery, all the things that we do on a stop. And then eventually the last person in the group catches up, and the instant that person catches up to the rest of the group, everybody takes off again. And so as soon as they split off and start up again, that leaves the person who was the last one to catch up to look there in bewilderment, still tired, still short of breath, still not having an opportunity to stop, and they just basically look there and go, well, f you. Hence the name FU stop. And the problem with this is that over time it causes friction to build up within a group. Even though the intentions are probably well-meaning by the person in the front, the person in the back essentially doesn't get an opportunity to catch their breath. And so eventually, when they get tired enough, they feel the need to stop, and they say, hey, do you guys mind if we stop for a minute? And the person up front's like, probably doesn't say anything, but is thinking to themselves, really, dude? We've been stopping all day long. Well, no, you have. Person in the back, not so much. And this often leads the person in the back of the group to feel like they're a burden to the group because they are constantly being left behind. And so over time, that can result in some degree of resentment, because oftentimes, without saying a word, the rest of the group will just put their water bottles away and start heading off without asking if the other person needs more time, because in their mind, they've already had a few minutes of a break. And unfortunately, I know this happens a lot because despite the fact that I'm 6'1", I have really short legs. And so naturally, I tend to be a little bit slower than everybody else. And so I fall behind over time. And so I have routinely had a FU stop done to me. No big deal. But in some cases, it can become a form of contention in a group, especially over a long period of time. So what are some simple things that we can do to avoid the FU stop becoming a form of contention in the group and ultimately resulting in a fist fight at camp at the end of the day? Well, it's actually pretty simple. The biggest thing is being aware of the dynamic in the group. And if you feel like you're stopping and constantly waiting for somebody in that group, don't just take off as soon as they catch up to you. Bear in mind that they have been continuously walking this entire time just to be able to try and keep up with you. And so when the entire group is together, that should be when the break actually starts. Wait a few minutes, let everybody catch their breath, and then before you take off, don't just take off without saying something. Look at everybody and go, everybody ready to go? That makes the person feel like at least they have some say in the flow of the day. It's just a simple, easy way to make that person feel like they are not a burden and that they are not causing the rest of the group to be delayed. It doesn't take any longer. You'll still be able to rack up the miles that you want to do. Everybody will be happy, and you just won't be a dick. Simply taking the time to understand how everybody in your group is feeling and making sure that everybody is getting the same amount of rest is going to go a long way in saving your group dynamic and hopefully saving your trip as well.